Full screen. Kuto here, more offense. But we're doing something a little different tonight. Something way different than what I'm used to doing. Have you seat, nice and comfy in a chair. I'm ready to drink. I'm gonna drink. We're showing off the intro of DawnTrail, just so everyone can know what we're playing right now. But today, we're doing something I didn't think I was gonna do. Something that I wouldn't do unless I was streaming. We're gonna be watching all the cutscenes on DawnTrail. 7.0 specifically. I avoided it so much when playing through the full story. I tried watching it early on, but I did not appreciate it. So you know what? Also didn't have time. I didn't have time to just listen and watch as what I saw online, 21 hours worth of content, or whatever. Worth of cutscenes, worth of whatever. I didn't want to watch 21 hours of the story, plus reading all the text. It was just way too much. And the story itself wasn't really appealing to me at the time. So let's see if this, all next, like what, 2 to 4 streams, depending how long it takes, we'll see all of the cutscenes, hopefully. I'll try. So these are going to be long streams, because it's just going to be story-based, cutscene-based. And I'll read dialogue when there's moments where there's no voice acting in play. So hopefully it's not too much. I am feeling better, so my voice is still around. So it's going to be a time. It's going to be a time stream. I mean, this cutscene's pretty cool. The intro. Definitely not as good as some of the other ones, in my opinion. It is pretty, but it doesn't catch our attention as at least Shadowbringer and Walker. Even the Heavensward had an amazing intro. Stormblood did too. It is going to be cutscenes full of potatoes, so it might be entertaining cutscene times. DawnTrail was definitely feels and seems like a big joke type of experience. They try to be way more humorous than they need to. Time. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. It's movie time. It is movie time. Everything seems to be running well. Audio sounds fine. In-game audio good as well. No background music. Also another update as well, as I'm saying at the beginning of this, I'm watching all of DawnTrail 7.1 cutscenes as much as I can, obviously. I made sure I even woke up. Look, Lala's ready to relive the journey of DawnTrail. Ready, Kuto. Kuto is ready. The unending journey of DawnTrail. We have a lot, as you can see here. A lot of story to cover. I guess. Oh my gosh. Do I have to read these tidbits too? I can't even pronounce half of these. Ujaka Sunginka has Word from Aaronville. Apparently, the Gleaner's effort to secure passage to Toral aboard a guild ship vessel were successful. The administration officer bids you wait in the main hall while he informs the rest of your travel companions. Gathered together, you and the... Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to read all these because... Oh yeah, I'm not going to read all this. I'm already going to do a lot of reading probably in the cutscenes if they're not having voice acting done. But outside from that, you know, I won't read these tidbits. A little too much. Let's get into this, man. And if the audio needs to be turned, actually, shoot. I apologize, stream. I need to probably turn up the audio already. I usually don't play with the audio too high anyways. Darn it, I already messed up, stream. Gabe, let me stop it. I need to adjust the audio just a hair. Oh, that's all. Alright, configuration, sound. Let's bump it up extra 30. We got voice up. Performance. Oh, it's the instruments. Alright. Okay. So that should be nice and loud, a little bit louder. Let's see how this goes. I should probably get some more water if I'm gonna do a lot of reading.
Savoring the moment?
Oh, there we go.
I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Toral may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
Got my paintbrush. No, I feel like the journey to Kugane was more treacherous than this journey.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Toral.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Walk la mat!
I wonder if this is how the Scions of Seven Dawns feels, you know? You're just the background character.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
For some reason, his voice doesn't match his face.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know.
I still feel like Ugane was further, and there was more things going on.
Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made
Like a
this trip
dungeon.
before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shetona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaptural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh dear.
Only elders on watch! This wind's too strong to take any sound! I'm falling off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
This doesn't sound serious. I don't think we need to help anyone.
Lend what aid we can.
You can send Walk Limit.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
We're not even getting attacked by Leviathan. We're just getting attacked by natural environmental damage. This is like nothing.
What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Wuklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Song is nice. I don't know what language that is, skitty. I don't remember nothing. It's just another boat travel. This one was easier than the last, like 5 other boat travels we had. It just all compiles to one giant boat travel.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway.
I certainly would. I'll be like, I'm out.
If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh, easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
And that was just the intro. Let's do one more. This is gonna be a very long stream. Long stream journey for sure.
I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that colour before.
Been falsely in time.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to
I feel like the
Tulishiola
intro
are
is always
still
going to be
few
the
and far
most
between.
dragging on about the whole series.
And as
Very
we don't
slow.
build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Turai?
Yes. Yes, we are.
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulishiola?
I thought we were supposed to come here peacefully.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
I like how they had a look for a second.
Please, accept our apologies.
Like they didn't recognize.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway,
I didn't say it.
first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulishiola.
I still don't even know how to pronounce this place. I just call it Tulishiola. At least so far they're just talking. Oh. I think this is where the talking ends. This is where the reading comes. Let's see. Never mind. Still no reading.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us,
It's
please.
the taco scene.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Everyone loves tacos.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale, like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils. Oh,
The tacos!
aw.
It's just nachos now. Unless it's soft tacos, then yeah.
If it isn't the third promise.
Right? Wasn't it daytime when they made it? Man, that took them forever to make those tacos.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
I'm more of a pepper type of guy.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother. Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Sounds about right.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
Bako Jaja.
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor. Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne, nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to that farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling house cat, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Gulul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihyolan.
So
Your
the Taco Man
heritage
can be
gives
even a
you
Dawn
no
Servant.
greater claim to the throne.
A Taco Man can be one. I'd rather give it a
Shall
Taco
we
Man.
test that idea here
He makes
and
tacos.
now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
I want to make a poll. Make the Taco Man Dawn Servant.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
Did I listen to this? I did listen to this in a different language when I first played it. I was like, where's that iconic laugh? It sounded so
a
obscure.
two-headed mamulja.
I think I was listening to it
I
in
knew
Japanese.
of them, but that's the first
I
I've
missed the
seen
laugh
in
already.
the flesh.
His laugh in Japanese was amazing.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
Claimants?
Just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical
I like
and
how the
magical.
third group isn't acknowledged.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
No time for tacos.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wooklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
You could pick up the soggy tacos and, you know, just eat them. Just on the bag. Excuse me? How dare you take my time fighting? Oh, Stinian.
Estinian? When did he get here?
He always manages to find his way.
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
Massive.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Oh.
Know that you
How's
are
it
the
going,
strongest
Fabian? How
I've
you
fought
been?
in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a lifelong
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of
to
the
face
areas
such
are
a
getting
formidable
storms lately.
soul.
A lot of places are getting
If
intense
it's
storms.
formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
Hope you're well prepared. Got supplies just in case, you know. You never know. I am a great fighter.
I see you, warrior.
Warrior of Darkness and Warrior of Light. Opening. Snow and rain. Hopefully it becomes snow then rain, not rain then snow. Because then I'll produce ice. Hopefully
we had no idea
it
you meant
becomes
to
hot
visit Taral.
and it just melts away the snow.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
How do you travel?
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
That's
You
what I'm
wouldn't
curious
stop
about.
out. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Story time.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
So that's where that name comes from. I've seen it in the dialogue here and there. This is Final Fantasy XIV.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonash.
It's Erenville now, don't servant.
He just cut him off and everything.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then.
You must have a high title if he
And
was
these others,
being graded.
I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once. Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
And there goes Dinian. He comes in and leaves as fast as he can.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise,
Makoto.
Ona.
Kote.
The third
Is that his
promise,
son?
Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja.
The chosen one.
You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent.
I like how he's in between and that at the end.
I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young. And so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of
Like, so how new is
succession.
the city?
The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all.
Someone's a little upset.
So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral.
that means nothing to me.
Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
He was doing important things.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of YAWNTRAIL and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact.
I mean, he just said that the place isn't
If you
that
would charge
old.
us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
The fairy tale can't be that old, just saying.
Are you for us proof, my unbroken word? For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
Who is the
This
longest
was
living
before
race?
the founding of Tuliyoba.
I'm really curious now.
I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I need to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Man, these cutscenes are a lot longer than I thought they would be. I mean, good for me. Less work. Especially since they're talking. I just gotta watch. Give a witty remark. Look, it's a rock tablet. This is what you show your kids when they be playing on their tablets. This is what this used to be our tablets.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You
The
may
guy who
think
made
the
the
ride
rules.
is tedious or nonsensical, or both. But I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
He's very haughty.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clement, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
What do you guys say?
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
Ah?
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here.
Uh-huh.
On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
I mean, you could like also just make Cryle disqualified, not exist,
Very well, DawnTrail.
and tell them, you know.
On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
I would not be satisfied with that, Cryle. I would be like, give me the answers. I must know.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Time.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
No, I'm not. I am sort of dragged against my will.
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm.
I was sort of held at gunpoint at this point.
Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Yes. I'm second guessing it. Let me go.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
What does that mean? I made my decision and I mean to see it through. They're both terrible answers, so I'll go with the first one.
So you are committed to your path?
Not really. I just didn't have any other option.
I will speak no more of it then.
Please keep speaking to me more of it.
As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think.
Aha.
Not
What
after
does
the
that mean?
Dawn Servant's revelation.
My revelation.
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry.
They're starving.
Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please.
What are you gonna do?
Saralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Saralja, the first promise and commander of the Landscape. Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Saralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Saralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
Do you now?
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
One about war, one about peace.
You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Saralja, the warmonger.
Cryo, are you alright?
What's wrong, Cryo?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zaralja's ambitions.
Wait, why didn't we get that?
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
I want to see the vision he had. Why does Cryo only get it? Not fair.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
He doesn't want to be
Now
bothered.
that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
Just like you, Aaronville.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Uh-huh. Fear him.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant.
Well, he ain't
That
wrong there.
my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your theater.
Well said, brother.
I'm not sure how I feel about the whispering of the other head.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise.
I want to be in the martial tournament.
His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth.
What do you mean? I thought you just saw the
doubt
echo of
much
the other
beyond winning
person,
the
the
contest
ambition. Why
itself.
can't you see his echo?
But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Alright guys, time to go home. Oh wait. I forgot. There was someone else.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, third promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galui Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was
So yeah,
ravaged
it's
by
only
war.
80 years old. How
The
is
eldest among us
the
remember
Golden
that
City a fairy tale
They are
in
Woklamat's
80
most
years?
ardent supporters.
It's like saying the Great Depression
Apologies.
was a fairy
It's
tale.
hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't
Imagine if
necessary, but she
We
insisted
talked about the Great
on
Depression
seeing
like it
us
was a
off.
fairy tale.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
I think this country has been too lax that they don't understand.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
I didn't.
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
No accomplishments.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
You're talking so much trash.
It's fine. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
Maybe you should.
Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
I mean, you know,
Thank
she
you,
has
Namika.
2 assets that the brothers don't have. Not being a female and all.
Well, we ought to be on our way.
She is the only female out of the 3 brothers, or
Yes,
2
hurry
brothers
along.
and
I await
the
word of your
Moonjan
victory
Dad.
with bated breath.
I think the Moonjan does a guy too, but I don't know. I really did not realize how long some of these cutscenes are. These are some massive cutscenes. We've already been here for an hour stream, and I'm only on the 3rd one. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm gonna get a snack probably after this cutscene, because we're gonna be here for a while. Stream. We are gonna be here for a hot minute. Okay, great. Here, wait, stop. I didn't read that. I apologize. I need to stop the auto cutting scenes during the dialogue text. I always forget how you turn it off. I think it's space. I think it's space. Take that. I think this is when we're supposed to see where all the tablets belonged. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The glyphs, sorry, not glyphs. Glyphs. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we have established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from there? The Dawn Servant said we are to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tural's people, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliyollal saga. The event that the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once during a festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pillar Village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I thought you were out of here, Aaronville. Why are you still here? I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about the storm we passed, though at sea apparently it ravaged Yawntrail several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If you want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. I don't think Aaronville believes in Walklamet's abilities, which I understand. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. I thought he was done. Didn't he say he was done, like inside the thingy? Like, hey, I'm out of here. I'm dipping. This isn't my journey no more. But you know. Alright. This is one thing. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a journey stream.
Kosamauka, the land of rainbow terraces.
Rainbow terraces.
It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield.
It's very foggy, but it's pretty swampland.
Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail.
See? Swamp.
A road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
Can you now?
The Isle of Han was impressive.
How many waterfalls?
But as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step.
I think we're more interested in
Wouldn't want
fighting.
to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before.
Aaronville doesn't seem convinced.
Okanu isn't much farther.
Aaronville really does not seem convinced. So it seems like we're supposed to go to the bird people first. Alright, stream. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a little bit more water and see what I have as a snack. This is quick BRB. I'm back stream, and here we are, back to watching more of it. The festive people. Just full story time.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Zorolja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
He made it after all.
You sound very unpleased.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu.
Yeah.
I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing.
You need better fertilizer.
How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling
What if I want to
feisty,
fight?
then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone.
There you go. Do it the proper
The
way.
feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
There you go.
What of Little Miss Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
I'm probably doing all the work for
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are.
No.
I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
So far, it does seem like you do not qualify.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
What do you want with me?
It's Wook.
Right. The greeting.
Come on.
Oh, Kali!
Put some more emphasis into that. Come on. Put your gut into it.
Oh, Kali!
Good. You brought your manners with you. When you know Kanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Yeah. Respect culture.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wook Lamont.
See, everyone forgets Wook Lamont.
Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wook Evo. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette. Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head.
I will not. Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
Alright then, consider it forgotten.
Elsewhere.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
I can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit.
He's very calm.
What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Well, maybe a little.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then, let's get moving.
You know, very sneaky when you're like, there's only one way to get up this tree and it's a giant staircase. Just saying. Not sneaky at all.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihiana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out.
The third-rate promise is making herself
popcorn
useful
stream.
after all.
I need a popcorn emote. At least these don't have multiple cutscenes in them. Pretty straightforward.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
What did you say?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
That's always an option.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Cha-cha! Everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating gnats.
Lucky for you. Eh?
I was fine for a bit while I was drinking my water. I apologize.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
I mean, hey, it worked the first time. You guys got your king.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me.
Just put her on her boat. She'll finish herself
So,
off.
Are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
What a very delayed response. Are they talking? They're not talking. I'm not sure.
So few have come.
They're talking.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukeru knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Off we go!
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest, but this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
That doesn't seem like fun. Seems like manual labor. Free labor.
Well. To see the day that Dawn's promised would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Do they like rotate turns so it doesn't get too tiring, or what's going on?
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
They're turning Super Saiyan Blue. Oh, I'm turning Super Saiyan Blue. We're all turning Super Saiyan Blue.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
Wait, I don't want my life force taken. You know, I don't know how long I have to live, and I don't want something
Kishaihi then
to take it.
receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible!
I can just imagine a primal underneath there, and that's what they're constantly feeding. Reflect quest progression. I have no idea what that means. Usually when it's music like this, they usually don't talk. When the background music's like a lot louder than usual.
Some of them still look a bit
Whoop.
sickly.
I was told wrong. I was proven wrong. I was proven way wrong. I did say usually.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater. But today's events remind us of the power in tradition.
Again, it's only 80 years ago. I feel like no. It shouldn't be a relic of the past.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Chemical solution. And a lot less labor work than what we did.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Magic.
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity.
Big brain.
It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology.
Stop being hard-headed. Embrace
Employed
it.
appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Very true.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
It did take a while, though, just saying.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it.
It's like the whole process of, hey, do you want to do it the hard way
I know
or
very little
the easy
about the
way?
reeds, about Ihihana,
you get the same result, but you rather use the tool to make your job easier.
With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. I like you even more now than I did before.
Welcome, I didn't like you guys.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
Magic float.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
I deserve it more. That's a good glove, huh?
5 more to go.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
I mean, he is trying to be a king. That's sort of
The
what you
third
gotta
promise? You must join us for Ikikana next season.
It's all work, no
Dawn
play.
servant, of course.
You got responsibilities. You play when work is over.
Right.
You don't play midway
It's back to
before the
Tolihara for
job's
now.
even done.
Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
You get your
The
liquid.
concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Uh-huh.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Servant,
I keep calling him llamas.
what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Warkor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to YAWNTRAIL.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal? Is that a local beverage?
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
A spirit, that's alcohol.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
They did it on purpose.
But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
What's that?
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyola. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
I feel like Justinian would be a good call here.
YAWNTRAIL is down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there!
Deducing the Dawn Servant's Elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
The war leader.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
Definitely not you.
You're Tobli.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
Tobli.
Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Yeah.
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
That sounds like a journey.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
The example. Uh-huh.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Don't they like spit on people?
Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
Is Erinville your daddy? Your big brother? Seems like he's always watching over her.
The little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks! I can't.
You got defeated by an alpaca. This is who they want as the third promise, just saying.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench after expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Good defense mechanism.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
Feeling better?
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
Yes.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Well, this is gonna be
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
I mean, you almost died already. Sort of proves you're not fit to rule.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
I mean, technically, yeah. Very well. He is not wrong. At least from animal sakes.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you alright, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
No. You were pretty much dead.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Sure did.
Oh, we certainly did.
Oh, you acquired a saddle then. It's reading time. Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Mablu? Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. Well, this is going to be a journey. I know this. I know. This is something I need to learn. Facing your demons. It seems like that's just the calling. Great. Sunken gods. I did it. Yes, you put a saddle on a alpaca. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Waknama's touch. That is because of a singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good look, like taken a good long look at one of you before, but actually kind of cool. Alpacas are cute. Aha, you only now noticing that? Gotta get spat on more. Zorojaja, he's back. Oh, he was back quick. His alpaca looks pretty. That alpaca he just brought. Is it just me or is it glowing? Yeah, I think it's glowing. Your eyes do not deceive you. I heard tales of such a beast. They say that golden alpacas live a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and his own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast known its betters, faced with an overwhelming strength, it yields rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Waknama. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. I mean, sure. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war, merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join the founding Tulal all those years ago. That is the basis of it all. Remember this, Wakawamat. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in an unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does not resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needless lessons in the realities of conquest and renewed appreciation for peacetime. It is true that war misery breeds a longing for peace. Oh, I didn't click. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose. The rebellions that spawn and the ruin that is left behind. It depends who's actually doing it all, though. Who's reigning it. The Guardian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. Very true, they relied on asking a lot. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts, only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Guljaja did not elevate the Mamulja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizon. He will unite not only Tuyal, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself, not to you, Wak-Lamet. All well done, well done. Indeed, the first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appreciation of golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. There you go. You made it. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Konya. I wouldn't either. It's like we're not even family.
Good luck there, Promise!
I don't gotta read.
I don't need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
To the ranch!
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wuk-Lamat is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
Animals?
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
Is that the couple C? The salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding this city of gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the rite of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I did it.
So much llama spat.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Alright, I'm gonna get a little bit more water stream. I'll be right back. And we're back, stream. Alright, next part. I think we're in this part. Oh, the magical feeling of something I didn't play with yet. I see you've become more comfortable around your fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sound they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Did you now? Welcome back, dear Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking. A valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. It wasn't gold though, just saying. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zorja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born once every few decades. They're elusively solitary creatures and they are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, and that being the big one, Guljaja. All of them chased alpacas. That's the grandfather's story says. And everyone's getting old. It was before the founding of Turiel, in time when the mountain giants, the Yokyo, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days of our grandfather Telltale. Then along came the young Guljaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of DawnTrail. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure equal to Yukyu in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing our new conqueror had come. Yet Guljaja showed no such inclination. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Guljaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and free the Pilapulu from the Yokai subjugated. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clan. Amity. So it was that a few words from Guljaja transformed us into a clan of internet merchants. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. My brain too small. I've never heard of the bond Papa forged with the Pilu, but spoken of it that way before. The saga is not so detailed. And you may not know that Guljaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and father got the rarest of creatures, while I get an ordinary one. Sounds about right. The feat required no more than that, I promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. You just know the alpaca. Mabu's right, you're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Yeah! You are ordinary, Walklander. Not only did you accomplish a feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pilapulu fashion. I sorely doubt your siblings could have achieved the same results. I mean, they can probably achieve better results. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. 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 Keystone, any day now. I mean, you could use your claws to grab it, you know? I feel like if you use your fingers to grab it, you'd be like jabbing it in your hand. 2 tablets done. I think they were reading that. That's not talking about that. You're well on your way, third promise. We had been lost without you, Mabu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about Pelapulu people to your curiosity. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. You're learning basic things you should learn when you're 5. I'm thankful to you as well, Walkclimate. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could have ever said. Toby, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpaca. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. And get out! As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give you my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide, yet never once have I wanted to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessings to walk to any path you choose, Mabu. It gladdens me to hear you found calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Or you become homeless and come back crying back to that. Thank you, Toby. Or whatever you are. Adopted father. I don't know what this is. What did I tell you, Mabu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Promise. You need to find the Gold City, right? That's the end goal. And I suggest you talk to Yokuri. Yok. They once ruled over far from more than just the Uparashi and the Pulu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yokturul, and it's all its people. During that era, Pelapulu were commanded to search for the City of Gold. See, why does this little one know more than like 90% of the population? They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of the fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could Yoku have told us? How did the dad or the father of the big one found it? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend origin became. You lose nothing from asking the question, besides if you're determined to follow the path of the saga. We'll be visiting the giants eventually. Time to visit the giants. We must go up the hill. Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask you since we finished the feat. Where did you acquire that earring? That earring, do you recognize it? Do you know the earring? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yukturul around 20 years ago. Since then, it became common to wear one as a charm of safe travel. 20 years ago, right? About the time my grandfather made his journey up to DawnTrail and implied that the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to it significant than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it is a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Jumping feet first into peddler's business. Hey, Malibu. 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 Right then, that's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Tulial and plan our next move. I mean, we could just go up this mountain and talk to the giants, right? Very well for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezzacle for the occasion. Mezzacle. Spirits! She has a fearsome opponent in the brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. You heard Soyal's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambition, but they find the man himself intimidating and terrifying. Even. Whereas I've grown to love Waklam, everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. I don't think that's the way to win a throne, but okay. You might be Mabu, you might be right. Might be wrong as well. Other circumstances could change that. Okay. Whole 5 more cutscenes. Let's keep on going. I want to at least try to make these like 3 to 4 hours long, pretty much. Enough of the secretary. What's the big plan of yours? Look at there. That is my big plan. A boat. What is that? It's a punity unit. I'm gonna call it man for now. She's pulling a boat upriver. How do we know she won't thrash about, sink us instead? They're gentle, timid creatures for the most part. She's unlikely to cause a fuss unless you give her a reason to. Are you gonna give it a reason to, Waklam? Is that what you're telling us? You're gonna give this creature first alpacas, now few. We're relying a lot on animals for this journey. I mean, that's how it always been. Heck, animal. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide. Exactly. Something Waklam is struggling to be. But did it have to be my old nemesis, another boat? Well, I took you for someone who has up to the challenge. Was I wrong? Fuck up. Long ago, when fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kazumuka rode these riverboats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessel sees little use with Tural now at peace, so I was able to borrow one. A few. I didn't consider it as a. Is this some of these words? I have no idea how to pronounce. I did consider it a dirigible, but the pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make landing difficult. Dirigible? What is that? The airship? You said you borrowed one, yet I appear to see several in the water. I see 3. Going on. Vermont. Traveling up the river, I presume. Seems that way. Does this mean you earned 2 pieces already? I can't believe how well you've managed despite undertaking the contest alone. This is how well he is. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. My friends, it's been well not too long. Oh wait, is this who's been his entourage? Heh! Tancred and Yoranje, what are you doing here? Escorting a promise, same as you. I want to join their team. I heard much as a bearable archon during my time in the studio. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who would be better to recruit for my cause. I contacted the Scholararch to arrange an introduction to these 2 gentlemen. I can understand you, Yandere. The second promise has specific requirements. They would be his assistant, most both proven survival skills and mastery of the arcane arts. Thus did Tancred and I receive the stuff. My own studies concentrated on technology which our people could really use, such as inventions born of magitech and clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. Knowing you 2, I expect you'd have the reasons for accepting this job. If you, the nation of Tural, expands its entire continent, depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Ever have we striven to preserve peace? Where is our place? If not here and now. We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure of who we were working for, before agreeing to deliver. He's even more opaque than Yuriyanje at times, but it is surprisingly... That's quite enough of that. We must be on our way. You talk too much, Dankard. But please, take me back. I'd rather have Dankard than Walklammer right now. I have one question before you leave. Kunan and Walklammer are vying for the thrones. Kunan and YAWNTRAIL. Does that mean you resolve to defeat all his opponents, including us? We're sworn to all our powers to win this contest for Kunan, even if it means competing against our own Khan. See, Dankard knows. We intend to... whatever. And we won't disappoint you. Hey! Wanna take me back? You don't add a third? No? It's okay. I thought you were taking a boat. If even you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I'd rather walk than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of retreat. It's true that I can't stand boats, but I trust the route Marinville has chosen for us. Marinville, don't feel anything about that. Leave the handling of the impunity to me. Should other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulties keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away. I'll paint them peaceful scheming. And we shall remain on the deck and stand guard, although it may be wise to have at least one of us sit up front with Marinville just in case. I like to stay on deck. I'm eager to put my Pictomancy to proof. And I'll take any chance to show you that I can hold my own battle. The Pictomancer Cryo will stay. Then Cryo will stand on guard with Kuto. La-las forever! I'll keep Marinville helping me then. With my blade I can respond more quickly to threats than opponents. That's fine. Thank you. If a fight breaks out, I'll try to stay out of your way. Now should never provide aid where it is needed. That should cover most eventualities. Secure your gear and board this boat when you're ready. Here comes all the reading. Bull-dada. Let the hunt begin.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
I'm reading.
Hey! Everyone all right?
That was the quickest cutscene ever. Oh, I'm going to catch up to you. The caravan you traverse were dug by Yoko. Wait, what? All appreciation of a wise guide, are we all man this boat? Why is the dialogue moving when I'm not touching anything? Our river journey is almost over. For the proof of that, you need to only look ahead. I don't like it when I can't control text, especially when I gotta read. The falls are impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much to bear up close. Yes, amazing. Now please let me off. Walk, lime it, hold it in. No more boats. Are you alright? Oh, you're not alright. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we were all spent. There's a mountain shelf nearby, a rushing shot to those who've ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk? Walk, Lamet. We can rest along the way too. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not meow and moan like a sick kitten. Which you are. Walk, Lamet, stop crying, and let's go. Ignore me, is the nausea talking? I'm fine, really, lead on. Will do. Will do. Very well, but if I might say one thing, just because you're a promise of a or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen struggling. No, you can never struggle. That is the cause. You're supposed to be a pinnacle of movement. You need to bear this burden alone, so don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend the ear. You must become strong. If you show weakness, people step all over you. But cry out. I guess the second one sounds better. You as well. I've always believed this is a problem alone, but perhaps you have me right. No, you must survive it alone. Take it up. Take up arms. Push forward. If you can't handle it, someone else will. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to my thoughts. As long as you need. No, we must move forward. Charge. We'll be waiting for you at the shelter when you're ready. Goodbye. I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna wait around.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there.
Why not?
As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
That makes no sense.
I quite understand.
Where's your birth parents?
I have no memories of my birth parents either.
That's sad.
For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather.
I mean, it's always good
and
to
he was
know.
all I needed.
That's fine too, I guess.
So our situations were quite similar.
Like, what if they're still alive? What if they had like a tragic thing where they lost you?
Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up,
So you're telling me walk on the
was
journey to
kind
the
and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country.
Yes, very
Whether
much.
it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life.
Yes,
Yet
yes you did.
convinced myself I understood Tural and its people.
You did not.
I don't have Kona's education or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado. Not fit to bear my title.
Yeah, sounds about right so far. Why do you want the throne?
Why? Because my father built a nation where everyone can live in peace, and I want to keep it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses.
I mean, you
Step
should use it to
by
evaluate yourself
step,
better.
I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulichoral and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat, but you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Aaron Bell like that. Meanwhile,
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
are you guys friends?
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Be strong.
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Nah, we've been rivals a few times.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alize on her rear.
I like how Alize is the one being pointed at. You know, they can't do this to me.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Yeah.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion.
I mean, I have way
If
more
he's half the
than that.
hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us.
I mean, I can take a nap.
Not that I have any intention of bowing out.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just over here eating popcorn. I don't even want to be here.
Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray.
Yep. Very fragile.
Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlian innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity.
There you go.
Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Give yourself better
well,
equipment.
It's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory.
Uh-huh.
The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
People are gonna attack other servants. Meanwhile,
your rivals still lag behind.
you're ahead.
The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son, the only child ever sired by a two-head? Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn Servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
Smart.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle.
Uh-huh.
They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history.
Okay.
If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all.
Wait, what are you talking about?
And just so there is no misunderstanding, You consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
Who suffered?
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I don't like that smile. That is not a lovely smile. Earlier with Bukul Jaja, Bakul Jaja, Balu Jaja. Yeah, that's a bug. That's a big bug.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all.
I wonder if the house cat is dead yet.
I mean,
be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that?
We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
Very one-sided.
That would surely please mother and father.
Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses.
You wanna please your mom and dad?
Live in the city.
Fine idea. Our family deserves better than that rotten junk. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
No time for rest.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind. I'm begging you.
Let's bring it up. Thank you for seeking a graph shard. Raw rock will add it to the new set of tools or equipment. And I came bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for most discerning Thethario. Wow. And it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see the Kai thinks of our efforts. The Kai? Kai? Oh, it's a Makote. Are you the Kahi? I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I am grateful for your kind consideration. Allow me a moment or two. I'll recuperate with a piece worthy of pot. They are crafted. Sounds like a goldsmith too. With that grinding tool. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of both Shotan. Craftsmen should satisfy Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I'm trying. Oh, luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. Forgive my interruption. I'm told that the Elector has deemed this crisis past and is prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the crafts of the potswoman. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for the words of praise. Second comment. I drew inspiration from Kazumuoka natural beauty and sought to capture it. I wonder why the Movens did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlion's goldsmith could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create things if one lacks creative impetus. Tulial, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it here. I was raised among Estarios more traditional than most, and then the shared ingenuity of Tural's various people was eye-opening. We live as in a traditional Hesari. I have a few fond memories of nomadic life. Y'all related? Y'all Makotes? I think I'll stop at the end of 92. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. You have a lot to go to stream. You have a lot to go. The feats of pots! The feats of pots! Is there more reading? I'm ready to read more. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworns to stay. How did you fare? Words that I have no idea what I said. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Yeah. Excuse me? Goblin? Nope, not goblin. Hello? Welcome to the Earthshire. First promise we support your plans for assault crossing and the new pass that it will bring. Hail the mighty Sora! He cleared many piles of rock fall as if they were a Privosong, the resilient son of the Dawn Serpent. Zorjal was clearing fallen rocks and surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, we meet again. Folkwall, Jal the Mighty. Oh, it's this guy. I always forget their names. They have way too many confusing names. I can't keep track of who's who. Just in time for the feat to begin. I bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Hey, they didn't leave that other shine. Claimants, your attentions, please. As Ritiko has explained, many of us Potsworns left us following the storm. The precious metal work crafted by those artisans bring in much jingle shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade good dry up, Earthshire will suffer. Tulial merchants will suffer. So Ritiko sets you this feat. Each of you to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're here to recruit new Potsworns. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Ritiko's request. She will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zorjal's disqualification. The right is a means to the end. The steps we take to get there are not important. Then Reticle declares the feat of the pot's begun. But remember, a pot pack must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. No silver tongues. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. A fine suggestion, brothers. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plan. I like how they speak so openly about it, too. That nasty brute is up to something. I mean, they sort of just said it out loud. Hey, he may seek to delay us again, and he did as he did in the river. We remain vigilant while we plot our course. We must remain vigilant. What do you think, Juan? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some understand amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tulial to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Sounds about right. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand? That's just a statement of fact. I suppose we could try to ask around Wuchum. I'm not gonna try. It seems like a logical place to start. Back to Tulial it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat back? No, 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 I can't. Another stomach boat ride. I mean, yes. We're taking the boat back. Or you can jump off a cliff. You said I should share my burden. Shall I speak plainly? Truth is, I get really, really sick of boats. I mean, that's sort of obvious now. Just saying. That's no surprise to anyone now. Yeah, exactly what Aaron Villeville. Hardly news. Back on the boat! It was brave of you to admit it. In any case, we won't be fighting the currents. Heading downriver will be much smoother. Back on the boat! I'm positive most. Back on the boat! Fathers first. Hello. Look at me triumphantly just strutting up the DawnTrail's place. You rang for Kuto?
Forgive me this sudden summons.
That's perfectly fine. I appreciate it.
My daughter's champion was back in the city. I couldn't resist the opportunity.
It's a memorable dance indeed. I thought things bigger than you, stronger than you, wider than you. They also wielded two blades too. This is the best part.
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne.
Oh, poor guy. He's about to lose.
And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance Walter, Estinian, he fought well enough. But our bout was ended before a victor could be decided.
Same thing's gonna happen to us, pretty much. Or are you gonna lose?
Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland.
Yeah.
Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough?
I am warrior of darkness.
Against me?
Why would these two options are boring? Why don't we find out? Come on, have more gold.
A spirited answer. Why not indeed?
Kuto's ready.
The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies.
Good luck.
Come, ready your arms, and show me the truth of the tales.
I got a paintbrush. I ain't afraid. Paint my way to victory. I have time and time again. Time. A memorable dance indeed.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble.
We can keep going.
Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with.
I can wake him up. Hey, come back here. Oh, we're done. I'm like the size of your toenail. Don't you run away from me. I like that chair. Can I have your chair?
Now, a confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here.
You lied.
I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter.
Can you say no just to lie for both of us? You already lied
In
once.
some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger.
Yeah? I don't see it.
But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way.
That's sort of cheating, isn't it?
Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliyola, but a concerned father.
Yeah, you should tell your daughter Gad's race.
Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi?
Oh my gosh, I wish that we could give a proper answer to this.
Whether he be as third promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
She needs to get over her fear of boats. That's the nicest thing I could say. She is not ready to rule. Pretty much.
Well, I did ask you to speak your mind, but agreed, she's not ready for the throne. Not yet.
Not by a long shot.
Lamachi thinks she understands her many peoples, their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital.
Yes, she's a flower.
And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all 4 claimants are lacking.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one.
Smart, smart, smart.
And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne.
Oh, dang. So they could be all losers. Respect.
As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion.
Of course.
With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow.
I mean, so far I haven't had the time to express my true feelings.
I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures,
even different worlds.
Loved them and being loved in turn.
Did you know there's another you, probably? Probably like 13 of you.
Best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
We're pretty much living like in a multiverse thing. Close enough.
I knew it.
Get out of here. This is a grown-up conversation.
There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you.
Why did you ruin it?
Dueling behind my back, weren't you?
Like a spoiled brat.
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries.
What do you mean?
You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I think I did pretty well. What do you mean? I didn't get touched. Not even a scratch on me.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Call me anytime. I appreciate combat away from Moklamet. Please.
Watch over her, champion.
Warrior of Darkness. Or Light. I appreciate both titles.
Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Gallup's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
You have a really good eye on stuff, huh? Should be fine. Meanwhile, in Kuzamuka, are you guys talking? Not talking? I'm ready to disable it.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the resilient sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Always.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, Wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
You look like Aaronville, just saying, Bunny. Just saying that skin tone is very unique. Hello?
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Ha! Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head.
This ain't
The
two-headed
Dawntrail
spirit.
may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth.
That's
only
not
a true
rude.
head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy.
That rude. You rude. You rude. You rude.
Draw your weapon. Face me in battle and learn your place.
Yeah? At least he waits you for the draw. Oh look, it's Ariana Grande.
A moment, first promise.
A moment? Excuse you?
Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
How strong is this first, actually? I'm really curious.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me!
Oh! Okay.
But he's just a runt.
He is strong. Yeah?
My thanks for your restraint. I can kill him whenever I please.
Dang. That is power right there. He inherited his father's strength.
Your part in this is far from over.
Yeah, Bunny, follow the strong guy. He is very strong. Oh my gosh. He almost knocked him out with just one punch. One punch. Oh, look at that. We found you a slave. Oh, we're back, and we brought with us a willing postman. This is, I don't know how to pronounce his name, a talented goldsmith who once worked as Eshtima Woldal. Wait, didn't we see them on the boat? Wonderful, impressive. You first to return. Third promise. I think we've seen this guy on the boat. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less, we welcome you and your unique skill to Earthshire. Help Hand will show you to work upon. This is it, then. I look forward to hearing your proclaimed Dawn servant. Thank you, Funjing Tani. I'll be sure to not disappoint you. I don't know how to pronounce that name still. You have rich met the requirements of the pizza pot. Ridicule presents you the keystone of joy, smiles, and well swing. Remember, use your claws, not your fingers, because if you like to use your fingers, your claws would be stabbing through people. Another rock required. That makes 3. Ah. Whoa. More passport candidates. Come, come, tell rid of your tales. You want workers. Maybe they can be friends, you know, since they all got enslaved all at the same time. Another feat accomplished, another keystone required. Oh ho, you're doing well. I expect none less of Suljaw's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness and practical is almost admirable. Second promise, we must have you apply the Charlian knowledge you so cherish, and arm Tural with weapons to magic tech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant Chief Advisor, of course. The tools of war would hold no interest of me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign power will think twice about testing our strength once Turial is known for its advanced technology, just as the Garland Empire was deterred from invading Charlian. That may be well true, but how long will it take for Turial to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very... Oh, hey, big guy. Your way is too slow. Your words are incompetent. It's easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlian whole. You want to attack Charlian? Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprising and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Then we keep fighting until the mountain toss convinces them to lay down their weapons until all have grown tired of loss. Interesting. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What your purpose is a mockery of peace. Vertigo is reminded of one of days long ago. In the time before Turial, there was no pot packs for the pot swarm. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for Mobies. See? Slaves. Until the day Gula Jaja arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthshire. Mobies are not war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gul Jaja wanted to talk. He told them, stop stealing people! That's not good. Be at ease, we are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell that at a glance. The quality of material used, the mastery of technique employed. Yes, does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by the bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of use. Compare that now to the works of the joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creation, and they shine like the newly rising sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy Potsworn make good work, and good work make Mobies happy. Guljaja words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingle shine. I love the play on words. They're not what they're meant to be. So the head of the reason was behind the forging of the pot packs. Yes, reason and clever thinking changed Moby's way of life. You're sad that your father figured a way out of this without violence? When your father is used as an example, he doesn't like that. The first promise tires of your talking of olden days. We would rather look to the future and the next week. I mean, you started this, just saying. Okay, that was a creepy smile. Do you like Walk Limit? Walk Limit? I think we found you a candidate for your husband. You should be getting on as well. Hop to it! Well, Jojo never did come back, did he? He sort of did get beat up. Poof, do you have a momentary promise? Would repay you of helping, hand helping with Kahi. He brings a tale of the Golden City. More Golden City talk. Tell us about this Golden City, because that's more important than, you know, becoming Dawn Servant. The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in it between. They live in golden happiness, a city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? And just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. That's the city I like to visit. Excuse me, Rockroar, where did you hear that particular tale? From our long-time York-2 friends, they live up in the mountains and up the rocks. The giants. I mean, they did talk about the giants before. Seems everything is pointing us there anyways. To the giants! This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthshire and your joyous smiles behind. I mean, you can't really see their smiles. They are dancing though. So, you know, it's something. Oh look, a boat. Okay. We lost our manatee. I think that's our boat.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wuk-Lamart.
I'm fine with that.
So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors.
I mean, we could just, you know, go find the Gold City.
That will complicate matters.
They got a boat. Good try.
Confound it!
It is, man. I haven't heard him talk that much, actually.
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Or maybe it sounds
even
different.
If it costs you the contest.
Not out of breath.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Oh, wow. He has such a heart.
Very well, then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
Bankroid, you're done being a thief, ninja, whatever you were before. You are a gunbreaker now.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja.
Yeah, both of them. They're
Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones.
I mean, sure.
But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived.
Or put on a boat, you know. There's a lot of options. Spat by an alpaca.
I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
Yes, you need to calm down. Don't trust Bankroid. I thought you were the cool-headed one. So this sort of be my response.
And what exactly is that supposed to... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back.
See? He's cool-headed.
I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic.
Is there like a story
Isn't
behind it?
that how families should be?
You have a story?
These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation.
Maybe they died. Did you find
a
him?
chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me.
Okay.
I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents.
Cast aside?
I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore
that's good.
I would always be
good
there for
sibling
her.
love right there. I don't know if she feels the same way about you though.
So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word
This
from
is why you're
Tancred,
not fit to be ruler
I
as well.
suggest we prepare ourselves to
You
travel
would
downriver.
destroy your whole country
Get a
for your
boat,
sister.
yes?
Yeah. Well, they took my manatee.
Why release the punity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Sure. I got the link pearls. Apparently these are very exclusive.
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
You seem very, not reacting to this, Alphanot. Is this boring you as well? Is this putting you to sleep? The requirements of saving a grown adult when there's other places that are falling apart, dying. Like in Garling, you know, their city's still destroyed and those people are living in those trains. But we're not going to help them. We're going to worry about Wafan. I don't even know she got kidnapped. You know, here we are helping a cat. Pretty much mature. Through life from like infancy to being an adult that she's already supposed to be. Yet there's people around the world that are still like recovering from the calamity that Meteon created from all those blasphemies and stuff. Garleans and everything. Hey, Dankred!
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
Dilly-dally, shilly-shally.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
That's fine.
Give it back! Fortune poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Ah,
Was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant!
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
Now, brother. You shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me.
Oh. Here comes Big Brother to rescue.
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Buddha was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Very mad at the Big Brother.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
I don't even gotta
That
stop.
one's not to be underestimated.
Exactly. I got a paintbrush with your name on it.
They can do nothing while we have.
Bankrid 2.0. Don't catch. Wow, look at that brotherly love.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you alright?
I don't think that ooh was at the right timing, you know.
Aye, thanks to you.
Fear the power of potatoes.
These weaklings think they can defy us? We'll slaughter the lot of them.
I mean, you got one punch by
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I got these maggots and feed them their entrails.
Someone's a little mad.
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
Ooh, wow. You actually calmed him down.
Brother. Break off! We're retreat!
Wait! Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
Solo flare! The iconic is even over here.
Do we give chase?
We head back. Hamachi is safe. And that is what matters.
It's fine. So you just lost a little rock knee. It just means she's out of the contest now, you know? Ooh, again. You know, you can't have the same pain for everything. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Or the same noise when you're saying pain. The same sound of pain for everything. Alright. Last one for the night stream. glad to see you unharmed, Lamity. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Conan. And all of you too. Specifically Kuto, because, you know, couldn't be done without me. Book Jaja must be desperate in need of such an aggressive attack or tactic. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him and it cost me a keystone. Yes, it did. Bonjantai unpended his life so that I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I let him down. Yes, you did. Yes, you did let him down. You were foolish. You didn't rely. The contest isn't over, so we take back what was stolen. We won't let Bonjantai. So we take back what was stolen, I guess. Exactly. I mean, there's no other option, honestly. Next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, did Bojaja curse some useless Bonawa psychopath when he caught sight of us? A reference to Sarojal. I would assume he is devoted to our brothers and is the only Bonawa I know of participating in the rite of succession. If Sarojal was somehow involved in this, I'll never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. What's so surprising about that? You guys never seen Sibling Love? Both said face punishment, of course, but so must the bandit who had the temerity to abduct Lamity. I shall request that Vala send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in the region. I agree the measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe, but I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. Feed the kidnappers. Feed thieves and murderers. This is something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. See you later, guys. I enjoyed working with you guys way more than being around Waklamet. Please connect me back. We should be moving as well. Are you feeling fit to travel? You better be fit to travel. We did so much for you. You bet I am. The dollar gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. Let's find a boat. I think a boat is a great way to, you know, progress from all this time. Oh, okay. We're at 92 stream. 92. We're gonna start tomorrow at 93. We'll try to maybe work our way to 96, then 96, then 99. Anyways, this is a drag. It's getting a little bit more quicker pace at least. After that first half chunk, it's getting better. The story's nice. I did not know Waklama got kidnapped ever. That's an interesting thing I learned today. Anyway, stream, thank you guys for coming by and watching the cutscenes of 7.0 DawnTrail. We'll be back again tomorrow, 10 p.m. to continue on this story. Anyways, I hope you have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye.